Can you tell by my walk? Can you hear it in my talk? I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. Can't you see in my eyes? It should come as no surprise. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. The barely, barely cool. No, the barely cool. The barely, barely cool. Yeah, the barely cool. The barely, barely cool. No, the barely cool. Yeah.
Look, it's the Barely Cool podcast. Someone asked for cozy. They said
They did ask.
We had a comment on our YouTube page that said, "Bring back the chill. Bring back this camera angle. It's cozy
Welcome back to the Barely Cool podcast, where we have the cozy angle.
and cozy. It's kind of cozy vibes.
It's a cozy vibe. We got low light. We're kind of whispering a little bit because it's late, and Judah's wife Maddie is asleep to about 6 feet to my left.
Hopefully,
Yeah, maybe still awake. So we're still awake. She made a noise. So we're just gonna keep it kind of ASMR-ish. We'll chill.
she let out a not quite sad, but it was like a
I'm still here. I'm still here. I can hear you.
Yep, that's me.
I'm gonna be awake for an hour.
There was one time we recorded, and I was like,
Soft voice, Judah. Soft voice.
Oh, right. Sorry. We finished recording, and
You can talk loud if you want to. It's your home.
we finished recording, and I was like, I don't think I verbally said this, but I really tried to calmly usher you out because it was like a little late, and we were. Oh, it was the last one we recorded here where you were caught red-handed, and I was laughing so hard, and then afterwards we finished, and I was like, holy frick, she's gonna be upset, and I was expecting to like say goodbye to you, walk back in here, open the curtain, and have her just be like, and she was passed out.
Oh hell yeah! That's awesome.
She said,
That's awesome.
I was like talking to her the next day. She was like, the last thing I remember, and I don't remember, she said it, and I was like, that was 10 minutes in. You passed out.
Perfect.
So
The biggest game changer with my new apartment has been that I can go to the living room, and there's like, I can create a situation where there's at least 2 doors between us, and then I'll just like start like some like white noise or like a show or something from the east of the room, and then it drowns everything out. You can't hear a thing. I could be screaming at the TV, screaming profanities at the 12-year-old who beat me in Fortnite, and she can't hear a thing.
How was your night?
On me, he's on me, he's one shot, 2 down, 2, 1 shot. Can't hear me.
How was your night last night, dear? Oh, it was good.
It was good.
Hard cut to last night, beat red in the face, screaming at a child.
You should have. You know what would look bad on me? I kind of lost this soft voice. Back to the soft voice.
Bring it back.
Hard cut to me at the end of the first quarter in that Steelers game last night. I threw a pillow at the ground, like really angrily. I like got up because it was 14-0, and they were just playing awful. And then they put together this beautiful drive, and they were on the 4-yard line. And what does Mason Rudolph do? Throws an interception in the end zone. I picked up a pillow and knocked it so hard into the ground. I was so upset because I was like, "You're gonna come all the way to these playoffs just to play like you're a flippin' 5 years old? Grow up."
You.
They almost clawed back though.
We almost recorded during that because
They almost did. We wouldn't have wanted to see me during that.
It would have been funny.
I don't want the world to see me during that.
We
Only thing worse is the Leafs when they lose.
We were trying to figure out like when we were gonna record, and Ben texted me. He said, because I was like, what are you up to? And you said something like, I'm deep in playoffs football.
I got some hard playoff football on the docket.
Yes.
That's what I said.
And then you said, including my boys, the Steelers.
My Steeler boys.
The game starts at 4:30.
Yeah.
It was 4:12, and you were on a train. And he was like, and I'm holding this train driver at gunpoint to get him to go faster. all for you to get home and see that.
That's what I texted Nice too. At the end of the first quarter, I was texting Nice and I was like, I rushed home from school to see this.
You're
to
like,
see them
you're on the train, white knuckle gripping your thighs to go, I gotta go see this game. I gotta see this game. And then you get there. You're like, finally, you sit down, and knees touching. You're just like, time to watch some football. And then your face just gets sour and sour. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Now that they lost, I'm ready for this Josh Allen Buffalo arc. Go win the Super Bowl, man. Do it already. You're gonna beat my team in the playoffs. Go win the Super Bowl.
That name reminds me of Apple Juice.
Josh Allen?
Yeah. Allen's.
He's a good-looking man. You ever seen him?
No.
Pull him up. You get your phone.
Yeah.
For once in your life, you get your phone. He's big. He's like 6'4", tall drink of water. Josh Allen.
Well, you keep explaining him to me.
He's an absolute animal on the football field.
Let's see.
He's got a bit of Ryan Gosling in him, if I'm being honest. Do you not feel the same way?
He looks like you.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I that was the first thing I thought. I was like, he kind of looks like Ben.
Oh, so maybe that's why I think he's a good looking.
No wonder I'm getting so aroused
I look in the mirror every morning. I remember. That's Josh Allen.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought. He's got Ben vibes. Same height, too.
Yeah, I wish, but that guy's a tall. Drink a glass of water. Me? I'm just a small cup of juice. That's me. Juice guy.
With a sippy cup lid, like one of those cups with the handles on the side for toddlers.
Yeah. Just a really big handle.
That's Ben.
That's it. I got a really big handle, but a small form figure. Juice.
What kind of juice?
Apple.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I love an apple juice.
Do you?
I do. If I'm at a breakfast, if I'm at a continent, no, listen, hear me out. No. I knew you were gonna look at me like that. If I'm at a continental breakfast, at like a Days Inn, you know, something. No, I'm not talking like a place where they're serving freshly squeezed orange juice. Okay. Different story. I'm going for a freshly squeezed orange juice. But if it's one of those machines that spit like when you and it spits out ice cold apple juice. Oh my Lord, I love apple juice.
Into the little plastic cups.
Into the little plastic cup.
I get that.
I love apple juice from those machines. And I'm not spitting on the orange juice. It's yummy, yum. But apple juice from those machines is just ice cold, as if they just pulled it off ice. You
were going to say a tree, and then you were like, oh, that's not cold. Pulled it off ice.
You pulled my brain. That's how my brain... It was so good, dude. No, man, stop making fun of me.
No, I get that. That's probably the only time I'll drink apple juice. Is at that, in those circumstances. Yeah.
When
it's coming out of a machine that's got a little rust on the corner.
I don't know what makes that flippin' apple juice so tasty.
It is good.
And but yeah, no. If I'm at a place that has some freshly squeezed orange juice for $5.99, I'm spending the $5.99.
It's because the machine makes it so cold.
I know.
Warm as soon as apple juice starts warming up.
Well, I go, it's pee.
This is pee.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want this.
It's pee if it warms up. Yeah, it's because when it hits my lips, I'm like, oh, it's ice. It's
warm
ice
apple juice is the only drink that's like sticky as soon as it touches your mouth. Like it's sticky in your mouth. How's it sticky in your mouth? Like as it's going down, it's like,
oh, yeah. It's a weird relationship that I have with apple juice. I love orange juice, but after I went to Italy and had this orange juice at my hotel, nothing will ever beat it. I'm yet to find something that
that's fair.
They had one of those juicers that you put the bowl and it rolls down and you can watch it. It's transparent. Squish the orange. The whole thing's gone. Tasted like flipping really good orange juice.
Yeah, just good oranges. Fresh. You ever get some orange juice in Florida? They got good oranges down there.
They got good orange juice there.
They do.
I'll have some next time down in Florida. I had lemonade up on a mountain though in Italy.
Yeah, well that's hard to beat. That's pretty nice.
Unbelievable. It came from one of those huge lemons, those big boys.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I
Not really sweet. A little bit bitter,
like that.
but
Tart,
good.
Tart.
Very tart. Yes, like a cranberry meets a lemonade, but without the cranberry taste.
Yeah, I like tart. Tart's good. I find
It was different.
the lemons you get here are both they're too sour.
Yep.
And they manage to both be too sour and less flavorful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I've had some good citrus in my day.
yeah.
And I'm not going to the store, gun to my head,
Yeah.
cocked and loaded. I'm not taking a lemon over a lime.
Really?
I'm a lime guy through and through.
Really?
I love a lime.
That I cannot relate to that. I think it's the yellow.
It's a nice color.
Something about yellow is more appetizing than green. I don't know if I can explain that all the way. When I stare at something yellow versus something green, I go, I want to eat the yellow one. Maybe McDonald's has just fried my brain to think that yellow means good food or tasty food, but
Yeah, because I was going to say I disagree.
really, you're a green guy?
Well, let me
Not that
think.
green isn't tasty, but something about yellow.
Because the leafy greens are good for you, but
Yes.
they're not that tasty. But
Yeah, I think that's where they lose me.
but
Not that I don't like a good spinach.
here's the
But I'm
problem.
not breaking off a spinach leaf just to eat for fun.
Here's the problem for me. It all comes down to bananas.
You don't like bananas?
Well, okay. So first off,
Bananas are one of the tastiest fruits that
oh,
exists.
frick, relax.
Not in things, but I will eat 6 straight bananas.
I will too in the right circumstances, and I
In
know
every circumstance.
as I'm walking down this path, this yellow brick road,
Okay.
and then you look down and they're not bricks, it's bananas.
You drew a banana on your painting over there.
Frick off.
It's the sun. It looks like a banana though.
I don't like. Oh, I'm nervous to say it. I don't like bananas when they're yellow.
Okay.
I need some green on
Okay,
there.
see, I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that.
I like a starchy banana.
Not to the point though where it leaves you. You know what I'm talking about? Where
Yeah.
it coats your mouth in that crap.
Yeah, but I still kind of like it.
That's disgusting. See, so here's the thing.
The starch.
A really yellow banana, where if you're gonna eat it, if you leave it till tomorrow, it'll be brown.
Mhm.
Too much yellow for me.
Yeah.
But it needs to be predominantly yellow with hints of green.
Yeah, I like a green corner.
Yeah. Yes.
Like
Not
when
a
the corners
straight
are
up green
green.
banana.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
if it's
yeah.
a straight up green banana, it
That's
leaves them.
that's eating a potato.
Exactly. No flavor. It's
Yeah.
too hard. But yeah, but it's still predominantly yellow. So it sticks with my yellow equals appetizing.
I like
thing.
when you. This is what I like. I like when you bite the banana, and the bite that you're about to bite cracks
Yeah.
off before
Yeah.
you're fully done biting
Yes.
through. When you bite a banana and it's just mush the whole way,
Yeah.
frick
Disgusting.
off.
Disgusting.
Who is it that's promoting bananas at their prime is all yellow?
No.
Because it's not.
It's not.
It's not good.
It's right before
Yes,
prime ripeness.
the day before.
Is fantastic.
You know what we had to? We just bought a bunch of bananas. Freaking pissed me off. So I see them. We buy them in the store. Mostly green, little bit yellow. I go,
Yeah.
these are gonna be perfect in a day or
Yep,
two.
exactly.
Ben, 2 days later, what do I see? Still green corners, already brown spots. How is there green and brown?
How is that possible?
The whole bushel.
The whole
It was awful. I didn't get a single good one. I had to start throwing them in smoothies.
That's a
It was
tragedy.
awful.
I hate them in smoothies though. Hate them.
I don't love them in smoothies because they become the smoothie.
It becomes an artificial banana taste to me,
Hmm.
even though it's not an artificial banana. But you know, like banana flavored
Yeah,
medicine.
yeah.
Disgusting. I can't do it. And then yeah, like I said, it overpowers the entire smoothie.
See
Nothing
that?
beats banana.
We gotta walk it back because that fake banana. I love it.
You. 1 second.
I do.
You like the fake banana
Can I
taste?
can I tell you?
like children's Motrin banana flavor?
Can I
You're taking that stuff
tell you?
over the mint
the banana
or
flavored.
like the cherry.
Well, no. First off, I don't think I've
When you got that fluoride stuff on your teeth.
always mint. Always.
Okay,
'Cause
thank
that's
God. If
mint.
you went banana, I would have killed you.
Mint is a clean flavor.
Thank you.
But when I
Thank
was
you.
a kid and I had to get antibiotics, they would give me banana flavored amoxicillin. Holy frick, I drink that by the frickin' spoonful.
That's disgusting.
My mom,
That makes me want to throw
my
up.
mom, I don't know if she still does it, but sometimes she tells doctors she can't take pills, so when they give her amoxicillin, she gets the banana one. That's how much she likes it.
Okay,
And
so
I'm
you
in
got
that
it
same
from her. You
camp,
got
yeah.
this crazy delusion
Now,
from her.
another thing, big controversy, banana flavored. Those little marshmallows, holy frick.
Okay, those are unbelievable.
Right? Those are so good.
unbelievable. I could eat 1,000 of those in a row.
so good.
No, I can't buy those because
You'll eat 'em
because
all.
I'll eat every single one without even noticing. I'll keep pounding them back.
How'd they make packing
so fun
peanuts
to
take
play
so
with.
good? Yes.
Packing peanuts.
They taste so good.
Packing peanuts taste so good.
You know what's
The
great?
texture of them.
Yeah.
You know, like when I eat a Skittle, maybe it's autism.
Yeah,
When I eat
yeah, yeah.
I squish the Skittles
Yeah,
into
yeah,
each other
yeah,
so
I
that
do
I
that
combine
too.
the flavors.
Yeah, it's fun.
I get the same effect from the banana where I can just squish it.
Yeah.
And it's very satisfying to watch it squish. Pop into my mouth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love those things.
They're great.
There could be a million of them.
Speaking of packing peanuts, have you seen these new packing peanuts? I've only seen them.
I don't see packing peanuts that
You don't
often,
see 'em that
contrary
often?
to popular belief.
You don't see them that often anymore because of the war on plastic.
Are they plastic?
There's
Is that-
styrofoam, yeah.
Is that what styrofoam is?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's
Learn
new
something new
ones.
every day.
There's new ones that it's like. I'm gonna start saying things that are probably not true, but
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's like they're vegetable oil. Like they listen. They're like a stronger.
They're made of vegetable oil?
Like they're some sort of plant based. Is what I'm
Okay.
trying to say.
Yeah.
And
How do you make a plant-based thing like soft?
well, it's kind of like they're kind of like unflavored Cheetos. Like it's like a Cheeto
Okay.
consistency, but a little harder,
Okay.
a little
And
squishier.
it's food though?
Well, they're packing peanuts. Like
No.
this is the new packing peanuts.
No, I know. I understand that, but like, does it not go bad? Like, aren't packing peanuts? Aren't they plastic for a reason? So you can ship them for
Well-
like 15 days and they won't go bad?
No, they don't go bad. They don't go bad. They're too airy to really. I think they would go technically because of the food
Stale?
but they're still like good for maintaining into. Anyway, you can.
That's shocking.
The benefit is not plastic, and
Yeah.
they dissolve in water, almost like a cotton candy. Now, I had heard about these, and I had heard of what they were made of, and I heard that they dissolve in water. So I pressed one against my tongue.
It dissolves on your tongue?
Yeah, and I
Like
ate the whole
cotton candy?
box.
You're lying.
I'm dead serious. I ate the whole box
Excuse me?
of plant-based. They were delicious. They were so good.
Dude, is this a bit?
No, I wish it.
You ate a box of packing peanuts
Yeah.
because you heard that they were made of vegetable oil? So you... Are you okay? How long ago was this?
Like over a year, easily.
What?
I
You're just
heard-
telling me now
I
that you
forgot-
ate packing
I
peanuts?
forgot about it until now. I had seen.
Unpackaged a box. Oh, thank God my vibrator's here. And then flipping. Just start forking them in.
No. Please, I'm not an animal.
Next time you
Let
order,
me-
you're going to do that?
Let me run you through how it worked, okay?
I can't wait for my Nintendo game to get here tomorrow.
This is how it worked. This
Been
is
waiting
how
for this snack for a year.
I opened the box of. I don't even remember what was in it, to be honest. I think maybe I was at my parents'. I don't know if it was here. And I was looking at these things. It goes, oh, these look like those new packing peanuts. I think I saw a video of someone who said these are like. The words were technically edible, and they dissolve in water.
Technically, anything is edible.
Well,
I could eat that mug right now.
you know what I mean. So, I looked. I was like, I think this is the new one. These dissolve in water. I'm pretty sure. And then I put it under the water and it dissolved. So I went, okay, so it's not the plastic kind. Obviously, they're pretty. It's also a very distinctive difference, like in shape and size.
Okay.
And so then I was like, I think this is this. So then I did like a little. I'll demonstrate with this. I did a little. And I kind of held it, and I was like, it's dissolving. And then I was like, I don't taste too bad. And so I did a little nibble, and I was like, holy frick, there's something there. And then I Googled it. I Googled after.
Okay.
After I tasted. And I Googled, can you eat these new packing peanuts or whatever? And everything I read was pretty much summed up into a sentence written in italics, which was, technically, yes, but don't.
Yeah.
And I did. And
That is
and I'll tell you this too.
insane.
I'll tell you this.
I don't have any words.
Thinking of
To eat a few of them. Let me cut you off there. let me stop you right there. To eat a few of them, fine. You're testing the water. To eat an entire package, how many is in this?
it was a couple handfuls. It wasn't a full
Okay, but
couple
it's like
pounds.
you say like 30,
Yeah, probably more.
like a small bag of
maybe-
Cheetos.
Yeah,
You need a small bag of Cheetos of packing peanuts. That's insanity. like, do you have no self-control?
Well, they
Did you
tasted
just
good.
lose it?
They tasted
Your brain
good.
went, oh, that's a good tasting thing. Uh-oh. You did like the Joey thing from Friends where he tastes the dessert and he goes, uh-oh. And then he just eats the whole dessert and he's like,
No, I didn't.
control it.
I didn't just start shoveling.
I think you might have.
Everyone I ate was like, I don't know if I should be doing this.
You remind me of Buddy the Elf eating gum,
gum.
off the railings, going slow at first. Oh, next one a little faster, and then just start forking them in.
Let me show you these, okay?
I don't want to. I'm not gonna. You're not getting any validation from me.
Look.
You're a moron.
So, what are they made out of? Completely edible and non-toxic.
Okay, that's fine.
If a pet or small
Like,
child or anyone is curious,
a crayon or markers are non-toxic. I'm not eating them.
the only reason it says not to eat them is because they're not manufactured in like a food safe facility.
All right. Enjoy the flippin' salmonella. Wait, that was a year ago. You ate that? It looks like a chlorine tablet. You disgust me.
They're good.
It's a white. It doesn't even look tasty.
ASMR eating packing peanuts mukbang whispered. They're made out of cornstarch.
It doesn't even look. Okay, so it's just sugar. It just tastes sweet then.
Yeah, but only a little. Barely any sweet. It's not corn syrup. It's cornstarch.
Oh, right. Sorry. It's late.
But I'll tell you this
Cornstarch
too.
is not sugar, you idiot.
These, holy frick. Holy. Okay, I'll tell you this. You're not going to like this either.
I don't want to hear it.
I know these are plastic, but tell me that's not just
No, it doesn't look good. It's plastic. It's styrofoam. Stop.
It looks like they look like they'd be in the same family as the banana. Holy
No,
frick.
they don't look
Holy
like that.
frick.
No, because I can think about eating it in my mouth. It would be gross. It wouldn't be like the banana. The bananas are squishy.
That's because you know it's plastic. If it's not plastic, it would be good. Be nummy.
Okay, you've gone off on
But
you've gone down a path I can't follow.
The banana
You're breaking
marshmallows.
my heart.
When I bite into those, when I bite into the banana
Breaking my
marshmallows,
heart.
my brain, it's like this. I'm sitting and I bite, and all of a sudden it's like someone turns on like a jet engine in front of my face. Like I'm just like, and my brain shoots back years to, and I'm not talking to childhood. I'm talking millions of years to early proto-humans discovering fire. That's how I feel. Even one of those, something about the texture as those banana marshmallows just go, because they both crunch and they don't, and they
Millions
go,
of years.
and I just go, look, I don't know how long it's been.
I was gonna say, how long you think we had fire?
I don't know. How long have we had fire?
I think 780,000 years, I think, is the current.
Wait, sorry, how long?
I think the current belief is 780,000 years. That's the oldest fossil evidence. But some people, based on our eating habits, believe 2 million, I think.
Our very ancient ancestors were probably using fire almost 1 million years ago.
I think that's right around the current scholarship.
Yeah, that's fair.
I read an article, a journal, about how the physiological stomach changes in the fossil or something about the fossil record indicates that we were eating cooked food longer ago, like 2 million years ago. But who the hell knows? Anyways, 780,000 years ago, I think, is the
right.
only archaeological evidence we have.
Yeah.
Anyways, no one gives a rip about this.
I was gonna say that's the important. Let's
Sorry.
focus on that. In
I've
the
got
bit
too much
that I just
useless knowledge
crafted.
in my head.
I just
No
crafted
one ever wants to hear about fire, man.
I just crafted a bit about flipping.
You did. It was actually good.
Thank
I
you.
ruined it. I'm sorry.
There's a lot. Okay,
It's funny though. That
no,
was
let me
funny.
give you
I
this.
laughed internally, but
There's
I'm too busy freaking out about this thing.
But there's so many things that we have in our brains. You and I, maybe everyone does this, but there are things that we have locked away that we are subconsciously waiting for people to bring up. Like you summed it up perfectly when you went, nobody wants to talk about fire. Like I do.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cool.
I've got all this. Like, how did I know 780,000 years? I read that somewhere.
I had this
in
thought.
a book, and it's stuck right in my head.
I had this thought recently, and I don't even remember what it was. I can't even begin to tell you what it was about. But the thought was like, who was the first? Like, how did we one of those?
Yeah.
And I was like, why is nobody talking about this? And then it left my brain, and I don't ever
You
come
don't
back.
remember what it was?
No, I don't recall.
Like, who was the first? I hate those thoughts.
There's certain
Who's the
things.
first person to do this one thing?
Like, I understand history. Let me say this. I understand history from like a perspective of progression. And what I mean by that is, you put me at a point of time in history and you say, this is what kind of tech they had, right? This is the kind of stuff they were doing. Then you go, okay, fast forward 50 years. Here's how it upgraded.
Right.
That all makes sense. And you could do that consecutively throughout history, jumping, 50 years, a couple hundred years, whatever.
Yeah.
And I would see the patterns.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you so far.
That's the one hand. The second hand has me leaning against the counter in my kitchen going, how the hell did all this stuff get here?
What stuff are you referring to?
Like, just all of it. Like
these tables and stuff? Or are you talking like language?
Yeah. Like the fact that like we live in a society, like a cultural norm, where you go into someone's house, they have a box that keeps their food good, and they got a box that keeps their food, cooks it, normally one or two, because you got your small box and your big box. Then you got like a couch, and it's all sectioned in rooms, and we're all just like, yeah,
dude.
like think about this, right? Just picture this. You walk into someone's house, and they've got a couch in their kitchen. Your first thought is,
cool.
well, it's cool, but then you're also like, that doesn't go there.
Yeah, that's fair.
The fact that in our brains,
Give anything a million years, though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. So I'm just like, I look back and I like look at how.
Like, you think we started there? No.
No, I know, but that's the thing. Like, I look back, my brain has like key markers, I think, in history, and there's huge gaps.
Right.
So like my brain is like, okay, let's say I'm not going all the way back. Let's say you start like Roman Empire, right? Crazy.
How far back in the Roman Empire?
Doesn't matter. I'm just like
Pre-Jesus, post-Jesus.
I'm not even counting that. I'm just going like I'm counting tech, right? Like at
Okay.
its peak. They've got, heated baths.
Oh, okay, I
They've
see.
got, water systems, concrete,
Right.
self-hardening
Sewage.
concrete. Yes, sewage to some degree, all this stuff. Then you jump quite a bit.
Yeah.
Remember, like, industrial age. Like,
Okay,
right on
wow,
that
okay,
teetering
quite a
point.
bit.
Yeah. I mean, you could go like medieval era, castles and crap.
Irrigation.
Yeah. Flipping.
I think they had irrigation before.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Some of
continue.
that stuff, though, like some of the stuff they had and then they didn't,
I think before, like, libraries
Yeah.
were a big deal, and like we were able to store information.
Yeah.
I think we just lost it all the time, man.
I think so. Because
I
you look
think
like
civilizations would get wiped out, and they would like, who's passing this on? Who's passing it on?
if I think about like Rome, right, and if you start listing off tech, like holy frick, that sounds not that bad.
Yeah.
Then you like move forward
Yeah.
to like a castle in Scotland
Yeah.
where they're just pooping down a long chimney. And you're like, what did we? How did we?
Like, we've gotten so good at transmitting and protecting information, even like pre-internet. Like, internet, obviously the internet's a complete game changer, but pre-internet, it's like we put things in museums and we had libraries and people protected it and made sure that it got passed on and reproduced. But before that, like, take the internet out and take libraries away. And I say this all the time to people, if tomorrow all of the airplane pilots died, no one would know how to fly a plane. And we'd probably never learn again.
What are you saying?
If take away the internet, okay? So we don't have a catalog of information.
Yeah.
Take away like libraries.
Yeah.
None of this stuff's written down.
Right.
If tomorrow
I see what you're
all
saying.
of the airplane pilots died, we wouldn't know how to fly a plane.
true.
No one would be able to figure it out. I don't think. I don't think that we would just be able to use our intuition. I don't think we're actually that smart. If we didn't have like a manual.
I mean,
I don't
you give
think-
them enough time.
I don't think maybe. I don't know if people are getting that plane off the ground and landing it safely ever
that's
again.
fair.
At least not for a long time. You know? And I mean all the the scholarship. If you can't be taught by the pilot, you don't know. There's no way to find out. You can't go read it in a book. I don't think we're figuring that out. There's a lot of doohickeys in that.
There's a few.
You think are you confident that using just your own intuition, you could get in there and go, yeah, I got this. I know how this works.
You know what's crazy?
This is false. This is false confidence. Don't tell me you think you can do it.
No. I think you give me a week.
Yeah, you don't crash that plane on your first test run.
Well, I'm gonna. You do it incrementally. I'm not if I get that plane off the ground, if I can even get it started by day 3, you think I'm immediately cruising at 20,000 feet?
I'm not saying that, but I'm like, I think the first time that plane leaves the ground, I'm crashing. Like, you think I'm keeping it up there?
I'm. What do you mean up, dude? I'm flying at 12 feet off the ground by first go.
What are we talking about here? A jumbo jet? You think you just landed?
Well, at that height, I haven't even retracted the landing gear.
So you think you can just come back down? You got infinite runway?
In this scenario, yeah.
This is a real world scenario.
No, you're right.
In what we have.
You're right.
This
If I
isn't some
don't
fake
have
scenario
enough.
where you
I don't have
a
enough
6
runway.
mile long runway.
You're correct. You're
It's
correct.
impossible. I'm serious right now,
No,
man.
I think you're right.
That's why people are always like, where'd all this information go, man? That's where it
You know
went.
what's funny?
All the people died
is
in
when
a flood
people are like,
or an earthquake
okay,
or some other natural disaster or some flipping random group of people came out of the water and wiped them all out by boat.
I thought you meant mer people.
No, the sea people.
Atlantis.
And just flipping wiped everybody out.
Do you ever hear of like when people are talking about like the Library of Alexandria or whatever?
Yeah.
And they're like, because a
Got burned down.
a bunch of knowledge was
Yeah.
lost, right? They were starting to keep some of it at
Who
least
knows what was there?
cataloged. Something, whether it's human like records or
Mhm.
whether it's information.
Yep.
You ever talk to someone who's like the conspiracy theorists
Yeah.
about where they're like,
There was knowledge we've never recovered
I
again there.
I bet they knew how to
Yeah.
get to the freaking moon.
Yeah, I'm like, shut the hell up.
What are you
dude.
talking about?
Everything, probably most of what they had there, we figured out. There's probably just records that we lost that we'll never get
It's
back.
kind of crazy though. Like the concrete blows my mind. The fact that it's taken us like that long, thousands of years, to figure out how they made their concrete so dang good.
Yeah.
Because it was like self-hardening. When it
Yeah.
would get wet, it would get
Yeah.
harder and harder. I don't know, dude.
I don't.
Like our concrete
There was-
sucked.
There was, I think, like, listen, that's the thing. Like, I think there's probably stuff in. Do I think maybe that, like, there's a philosophy idea or some kind of thing that someone thought up that was in a book in Alexandria, and we've never gone back down that thought trail since then. Maybe there was something you'd read it and go, oh, okay, that's an interesting thing. Probably not, though.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably mostly stuff we already know.
Yeah, I think the knowledge that we would gain from it would be strictly in learning where they were at.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be cracking open a book.
Wow, they knew how to fly planes.
And be like, holy frick, why didn't we put this together?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe this concrete thing is in there. That would be cool.
I mean, I think we've since figured it out.
But maybe there's something more to it. Or maybe they knew how to get to the moon. Who knows?
There's that plant. What do they call it? There's like a plant that is like referenced a lot. In like Greek texts, Roman texts, even a little bit later, it comes up in like, and not just like, mythos, like it's like in trade logs and stuff. This plant that like probably like, they before they knew what like vitamins were, but I believe it was probably very like vitamin rich. And then it's also described as like a natural aphrodisiac. And like, it's like it's like pretty much wiped out because I think everyone was like, holy frick, this thing's the best.
So no one knows what the hell it was?
People know what it was. It's just like, I think it genuinely was like pretty much driven to extinction.
Wow, a plant?
Yeah.
That's shocking.
Yeah, there was like a news article where someone was like, they found a plant in like Greece or something being like, is this? And people were like, it might be. Like people were freaking out about it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
What, it's just like some nice good plant that is good for you to eat?
Now that I got this phone, this game changer.
Let's go. Pull it up.
I'm searching.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Diliad? The text? I read about it today.
I've heard of the Iliad.
No, yeah. So the Diliad, parody of the Iliad, got
awesome.
lost. No one has it written down. They got lost, I guess, right around, I don't know, when one of these civilizations fell. And it was apparently a parody of the Iliad. That's how funny that would have been pretty funny.
That would be great.
Yeah. And no one's ever going to get to read it. I read about that today.
Silphium
Silphium
is an example of a plant that once was highly valued and of great economic importance. It was sold by ancient merchants, much the way we sell spices today. History records that because of its great demand and limited supply, some consider it to be more highly prized than gold.
Wow.
Today, silphium is nowhere to be found, and for that reason, considered to be extinct.
Interesting. It's somewhere. It's in one of those flippin' forests, man.
Oh, for sure. Silphium.
I believe it with my heart. Where is it? Where were they selling it? Is it only in Europe, or middle, or Europe, Asia kind of area, or was it South America?
It's mostly Greek, I believe. So yeah, Europe.
If it's possible for it to grow in South America, it's in the Amazon.
So let me tell you, it's an unidentified plant that, according to texts in classical antiquity, was used as a seasoning, a perfume, aphrodisiac, and medicine. It was also used as a contraceptive.
Whoa!
This thing gets you flipping ready 2 ways.
Wow! This is.
It was the essential item of trade from the ancient North African city of Cyrene.
Interesting. Oh yeah.
Their coins had a little picture of it on it.
Interesting. That is cool. They loved their spices back then, eh?
I still do.
Spices was a flippin' currency.
It still is.
Yeah. Not as much anymore.
Saffron.
Yeah. But now we got more, fake paper.
True.
Is our stuff now.
I mean, saffron still run you $5,000 a pound.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying it's not expensive, but it's like...
Yeah, well, yeah, it used to be the big boy.
People were like selling that stuff.
People kill you for salt.
Using it like it was money.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff back then, man. That's why I invest in gold and only gold.
But you see, this is what I'm talking about, okay? We have this conversation about spices, right?
Strategic advantage.
We have this conversation about spices and how crazy it used to be. And then all of a sudden you zoom back into the present and you got 2 idiots talking into microphones.
That's true.
For the internet.
For these guys in the phone. Serious?
What are you doing in there?
Alexis?
Alexis?
Show me. You ever seen
Yeah.
that guy on... He does the boomer character.
It took me a sec.
Oh, he says Alexis and Cirrus.
Yeah.
I don't know why that gets me. Cirrus, open clock app. Oh, I love boomers.
I had a
That's still
conversation.
cool to say.
Boomers?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
We passed through that.
It's probably less cool, but I think it's reached a point where it's just a part of the zeitgeist. Like it's just like
Right.
that is just
That's what they are.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do I want to get into it? No, frick it. I was gonna I had an argument with my dad about movies, and I'm just like, it was very funny. It was it wasn't an argument. We were just discussing, but we discuss loudly because we're passionate people.
Yep.
And both Maddie and my mom were like, "Can we not do this? Can you just shut up?" Well, first it was, okay, relax. Like, that's how it started. And then it was like, okay, you got to tone it down. And then it was like, okay, just stop. We don't want to hear it.
Oh my goodness. That bad, eh?
Yeah.
Do you want to get into it or no?
It's fine. Like, I see his point. I just think he's wrong and dumb. No, I'm
You're wrong.
kidding.
He thinks you're wrong and dumb, Fred.
I'm
You heard
kidding.
it
He's
here.
not dumb. My dad's one of the smartest people I've ever flipping met. Okay? It's just,
Oh.
he's very particular about certain things.
Oh,
And as I've
I
gotten...
I wonder what that's like in a person. Dear God,
As I've gotten older, I'm
look at that.
questioning.
Who in my life
Oh
is
my God.
possibly like that?
We understand it's me, folks. Get it?
Oh. A little prickly. Listen, man. I was just hammering it home. Anyways, please continue with your story.
Well, I was saying that my dad is very particular about certain things, and some of these particularities, I don't know if, as I've gotten older, I've just now seen them, or if they're becoming stronger. And I think that's a thing for a lot of people, is as they see their parents age, is they see their parents in a light, especially after you move out of the house and you kind of start your own family. You start to see things differently, and you're not sure if it's like different in a way where it's like always been like that and you just never noticed, or as you get older, some of your ideas either change or become not entrenched, but more passionate, I guess. I don't know.
That's fair. I know where you're headed.
And we were talking about movies, and I don't even know what we were talking. Like, it's one of those conversations where I, like, in talking to him, I was like, "What are we doing?"
Remember that time we got into a really heated fight about cereal?
Well, yeah, but that's, first off, I stand by what I said.
We got really upset.
You got upset.
Yeah, so did you. We
No.
were pissed at each other.
I was not pissed.
No, you were.
I was not.
You were.
I was stunned that you were getting to a level that I had never seen before over a trivial conversation like that. But
I was upset.
I will say this. It was similar the feeling was similar.
Yeah. I don't know why I was upset, but I was.
Because
About something.
with the conversation that we had way back when, and we won't get into it, was whether cereal is a soup. And it devolved into this, you yelling at me that like, language,
I don't remember it.
language has purpose.
Yeah, right. That's what it devolved. Yes,
Words have definitions.
right.
And I was like,
And you were like, not if we want to change
I was
them or
like-
something.
I was like, languages evolve.
And I was like, yeah, not just because we decide.
Anyway, so that's how I felt, was this idea of like, what are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking about movies, and it all started with the movie Fargo.
Okay, never seen it.
Okay, let me tell you about Fargo. Movie opens, black screen. Actually, let me pull it up
Pull it up. He's pulling it up.
because I can.
Yeah.
I
I guess
black
liking
screen.
this chill angle so far. It's pretty nice, eh?
It's nice. It's cozy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me. Fargo opens, black screen. It goes, "This is a true story. The events depicted in this film took place in Minnesota in 1987. At the request of the survivors, the names have been changed. Out of respect for the dead, the rest has been told exactly as it occurred. Okay? And that's how the movie starts. It's just a lie. They lied. They just opened with that for fun, basically.
But that's not actually real?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Thank you.
That's so funny.
I think one, it's very funny. I think two, it speaks to the content of the movie, because then when you learn that it's not real,
Yeah.
you know, after whatever, searching it up or whatever, the content, to me, it's very self-reflective to be like, because it's a very violent movie, you know, crazy stuff happens, and so when you watch the movie, if you think it's real and then after realize it's not, it's almost like, kind of like reflecting on the world to be like, the world's so crazy that like I believe
we could get there.
That this could have happened, you know?
Right.
Anyway, my
Dad
dad
didn't feel the same way.
no.
He felt cheated.
He had not fully seen Fargo, but I had talked about this idea. Like, I just casually brought up, you know how Fargo does,
Yeah.
you know, it says a true story, but it's not. And he's like, I didn't know that. I was like, yeah, it says it's a true story, but it's not. And he was like, well, that's not fair.
Not fair.
That's what he said. And I don't.
That's such a funny response.
It is. I thought, but he was
That's not
was
fair.
serious, because he was like,
That's not fair.
he was like, it's not
fair.
It's just not right. And I was like, yeah, but it's a movie.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? And like, there's no law that says when you make a movie and you say this is a true story that it has to be true.
Yeah.
I think we just assume it is.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, 20 minutes later, we're talking about the cynicism of our culture to being bred to believe that nothing is real. And I was like, I see how we got here, but why?
That reminds that's exactly what happened to us with the soup thing.
Yeah, and
Somehow we ended up.
I see his point, and I don't disagree with him to a certain extent. I believe that truth is important, but we started talking about, you know, like he was saying, like, this is a new thing, like over the past, you know, however many years that like society has gotten more cynical, and like this is like stuff like this leads to that, so then people don't know what to believe. And I was like, I don't, because
I'm with you, but it's a movie.
That's what, dude, I said, but it's a movie like 4 times. I was like, yeah, but it's like a movie though, like it doesn't. But he was like, and then so to his point, he was saying, you know, we watched it in a world, like I watched it in a world where my first instinct is to just Google it, to be like,
Right.
oh, that's crazy, I can't believe that happened in 1987. I want to read the news article about
Right.
that. He was like, when it came out, that wasn't an option, so
Okay.
you kind of had to believe it was real. So then they're duping people, and I was like, yeah, but like, it's harmless. It's a harmless dupe.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah, who cares? What is it?
Yeah.
You know. But he was like, well, it leads to, you know, he didn't say this, but sowing seeds of doubt was like the idea of cynicism and whatever.
Okay.
And I had a moment where I didn't win, but I felt close. And if you're watching this, I'm probably going to get a text about this, because I love his passion about
Judah
that.
wasn't close, for the record. Probably.
But
We'll see what Fred says.
I think I got close
I want to hear Fred's side.
I got to a point where he said, "No, that's fair," and I was like,
I got it.
because I was talking
Big win.
about the idea that it's a narrative. Narratives always rely on some form of truth, but inherently, like the idea that narratives can have truth, but to be a story, there has to be a level of untruth.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise, it's history.
Right.
You like, for it to be a narrative and not history, there has to be a level of untruth there.
Right.
And then he was like, yeah, but to lie about it. And I was like, that's not new. I was like, you look at like how Romeo and Juliet opens.
Yeah.
It literally just says like, this is events that happened in my fair Verona, 2 lovers. And it's like, it says it happened basically.
Right.
That's basically how it opens, is to be
Right.
like, put yourself in this story.
Right.
And he was like, all right, that's fair. I was
There
like,
you go. You won.
let's go.
But Fred, I'm waiting for your side of the story.
The
but
reason
it sounds like Judah won.
I see his point of view, and I do think that we have a problem in our culture with cynicism. But at the same time,
And I think I'm right there with you. I understand.
yeah.
I agree.
But at the same time, I'm like,
But it's a movie.
it's a movie, and I think the fact that they lied about it, I think that adds a whole new layer to the movie. That
Right.
then it's like, oh gosh, like
What if this was actually real?
What if
Do you
this was
believe
real?
humanity can get here?
yeah, and
Yeah.
then thinking and going, you know what? I've heard a lot worse of things that actually did happen in the news.
Right.
Wow, that's
So
crazy.
it's almost like they meant for that to be the
That's-
effect that
I think so.
you got. That's
I
the
think,
art. That's the
I think
the artistic
I think it's supposed to be,
intention.
given the narrative of Fargo, it seems to me that it is supposed to call to question what you find important in life, and just the value of life in general, the value of relationships. It follows. I mean, I'm not really gonna spoil it, but it follows this guy who's very deep in debt, so deep that he is going to hire people. His wife's father is very rich. His father-in-law is very rich, and so he's going to hire people to kidnap his wife, so that when they ask for ransom, his wife's father is going to pay, and then they're going to pay the money to the ransom people. That's how they get paid for staging this kidnapping, even though it's a real kidnapping. Like, his wife's not in on it, and then
Right.
he's going to get the other half so he can pay off some of his debts.
Okay.
Pretty dark.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Cynical
That's pretty
thing.
insanity, or pretty
Yeah.
insane.
And then as things progress, it's a Coen Brothers movie. They've done a lot of movies along the similar themes, I'll say, where stuff just goes wrong, and then you have to figure it out,
Yeah.
right? And so that's the one character, and then you follow this other character who's this. It's set in not Minnesota. It's set in Fargo and
Minnesota?
the surrounding.
You kind of had a little Minnesota accent there for a second.
That's I was gonna do it.
when you first
Minnesota.
Okay.
Because it's set in that world, right? So there's a level of like dark humor with all this like grisly violence, and then like the cops show up and they're like, "Oh, geez," like it's funny. It holds up.
That's really funny.
And the one cop, played by Frances McDormand, she's this great cop, but she's got this Midwest charm to her. This like, you know, her husband is a painter whose like big aspiration at the time of the movie is to paint this duck, a mallard, that he's really hoping will make it on the 25-cent stamp. And he's like, I don't know if it's good. It might only make the 4-cent stamp, you know, that kind of thing. And like,
That's funny.
it's very charming. And so you get this contrast of this man whose greed knows no bounds, that he's willing to put his wife into this situation to be literally kidnapped for money. And then you get this quaint little police officer, and there's this moment at the end where she like is talking to him, and she basically is like, you know, today's a nice day, you know, your life is pretty good, you ever gonna stop and notice it, you know, like that kind of thing. And I think it's a brilliant movie, and the whole like this is a true story, whatever. Like, I do think part of it is tongue-in-cheek to be like, that's kind of funny, we can just do that. And then the other thing is, I do think it is supposed to make you consider your own life and go, yeah, isn't this crazy that we believed this was real for a split second? I guess that makes sense. What have we done? How have we gotten this far in humanity? Where did we go wrong? You know, all those things. I think it's fine. My dad thought it was mean. And fair
Wow.
enough. Maybe it is a little mean, but
Looking forward to hearing your side of the story, Fred.
I recommend the movie. I love the Coen brothers. I think they're very good at what they do. Good filmmakers. Fargo's a good flick. Very violent. Wouldn't recommend everybody, but good flick. If there one movie I would recommend everybody, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Which I believe, let's go full circle. Here, give me a second.
Is based on a true story? For real?
No. Idiot. It is based off of, give me a second, The Odyssey.
Oh, made it back.
Yeah.
Iliad and the Odyssey, guys.
Yeah, I was hoping it was based off the Iliad, but
It's close enough.
close enough.
Yeah, same guy.
Yeah.
Same author. Cool. Well, thanks for sharing that, Judah.
Yeah.
Really glad you took up the last 20 minutes with that. Thanks for listening to the Barely Cool podcast.
I think it's interesting to see how we all age and our opinions change. I love my dad dearly. I think his opinions about films are very passionate, even if I disagree. Some of the movies that he loves, I'll say this to close. Father, Fred, that's my dad's name.
He's a pastor.
Most of the movies he loves, I also love. I just love a lot more movies than he loves. There's a lot of movies that I go, wow, that was awesome. He goes, that was garbage. So, maybe he has a more discerning eye, and I'm just open to schlock, and I'm okay with being a little stinker.
You ever seen The Expendables, though?
No.
That's a good flick. Best one.
Which one? The first one?
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
I like.
All right, Fred, we'll have you on so that you can rebut Judah.
I would love to do an episode just arguing with him about movies.
I'll just sit quietly in the corner and mediate. That would be fun for me. Okay.
To mediate. Whoa. It's his turn to talk.
Judah? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You just have to refer to me as Mr. Speaker.
I will.
Okay, thanks for listening to the Barely Cool podcast. Hope you enjoyed this
cozy hour.
Let us know if you liked it. Maybe we'll go to this angle more often.
Make our lives easier.
It would make our lives easier. For a movie or something like that. We still got a lot of Twilights to watch.
I'm excited. I really wanted to watch one tonight, but it's late.
Too late, yeah.
It's too late.
Maybe next week. If we can get this done faster. All right.
See you guys
Thanks
later.
for listening to the Barely Cool podcast. Good night.
I've been barely cool for a while, cool with a wink or a smile, but I'm cooler than you are with or without us. I've started, this is really hard for me. Well, I'll stop myself if nobody else does.
Or good morning. Whatever time of the day you're choosing to listen.
You know this podcast is based off a true story. Oh,
that's not possible.
I will
the
say
stuff that's been said on this podcast
I
that
will.
can't possibly be real life.
I will say, talking to him, they hit a point in the conversation where he was like, didn't like the idea of them saying it was a true story, and I was like, gosh, I hope he never realizes that not only do they say it's a true story, they like triple down and like be like the survivors and like they
really go at it.
Yes. Yeah, they really. He was upset enough at them saying it was a true story and it isn't.
That's fair.
And they really tried to
never
make
have to know,
it.
Fred. You never have to know.
Anyway,
thanks for listening, guys.